It is February. Who is excited? Did you get here? If you did, I want to say big, big congratulations to you. You made it to February. It means that yes, you've done it, you've done it. But if you didn't follow in January at all, and you're just starting to follow, it's still okay, right? Don't beat yourself up. Welcome here, and you're welcome to February. It is our month of emotional intelligence. I love this month a lot. You know why? Because this month is that month that actually teaches you what it is to be a parent. I was sharing over the week, right, on emotional intelligence. And I said that until you become a parent, there are some things, there are some triggers that will never happen. And it's akin to saying, until you have money, you can't say whether you are humble or not. Humility will be tested when you actually have money, right? It's the same thing. Your emotional capacity will be tested when you become a parent. And I'm sure that a lot of you can attest to that. If you can attest to that, let me see your comment in the comment section. But yes, that is one thing that is so key when it comes to your parenting journey. I've been there before I was a parent. I was that very, calm, jovial, we're not here, we're not raise a voice and all of that because I hated raising a voice and I hated being yelled at. This flash. And I became a parent and I became a yeller. Like, how did I even get here? So parenting just triggers you. In fact, parenting reflects the true you. I'm sure that by now you get it. Welcome, Yadas. Yes, this is VC in the building. And yes, I love February a lot. Emotional intelligence is our team. And in this month, you are having honor as a skill. Some of you came into the yard because of honor as a skill. I call it the great honor as a skill. You will not be disappointed. Trust me when I say so. But most importantly is that in this week, we're going to be having in this month two interesting, three interesting webinars that you want to look out for. In the first week, we're going to be talking about impulse control. And one of the things we're going to be doing is talking about the executive functioning skills. Executive functioning skills is a key aspect of your parenting, and you want to pay attention to it. I'm going to be showing you why. Some of the things that you do, or some of the things that your children do, why they do them, and how you can actually begin to build those skills. I'm also going to show you why you are not consistent. You see, why you are not always, very organized, why you are overwhelmed. You're going to see yourself in pictures. Right. So number two, week two, we're also going to be talking about, yes, executive functioning skills. And then in week three, we'll be talking about time and energy management skills. I usually say that you cannot manage time. You don't have control, but you can manage energy. So that's why that class is a no-brainer. I'm sure that I think that's about one of my classes, one of my best classes. But do I think it's my best? Oh, the others, what do you think? I think every class is my best. Don't mind me. And then, of course, you have the Becoming an Emotionally Intelligent Parent course, which is coming up the last week in February. Do not miss it. Your emotional temperature is a determining factor to what it is that's going to happen to you on this journey. A lot of parents listened to me like this last year. Some decided, this emotional intelligence thing, we can just leave it 1 year later. They come back to me to say, I now know why you insist that EI is a course that every parent should do. You heard me say before that two courses you shouldn't miss doing in the year in the academy. It's Becoming an Emotionally Intelligent Parent and Healing from Childhood Trauma course. Because this is the true where the base actually is when it comes to your journey. And again, the focus for the month is strengthening emotional intelligence and self-regulation. Our highlights webinar of the month for level one is honor as a skill. Honor as a skill. Honor as a skill. Who else is excited? Alrighty. I'm sure you're saying, what is the buzz about this honor as a skill? Wait for it. And the highlight webinar for the other levels is developing emotional resilience. We're going to be reading two interesting books. That would be my favorite. When I started parenting, right, one of the things that was core for me was to understand how to discipline a child, to teach, instead of just to punish. And of course, we are going to be reading two amazing reads. Discipline That Works. Discipline Is Not an Emergency. I read these books every year. As inner circle parents are reading it, I'm also reading it. That's apart from the books that I also get to read in my private life and all of that. It means that I get to read sometimes 5 books in a month, some 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, depending on what it is that's happening in my life at time, right? So these books, they're going to be a game changer. A lot of people have asked me, how do you create consequences? What do you do? Here you have it. I hope you have a copy. And in the other levels, we're going to be reading Raising the Emotionally Skilled Child. This is that book. All right. Let me talk a bit about emotional intelligence. A few days ago, I made a post on emotional intelligence, but I want you to listen to that post. I'm going to read it a bit for you. Emotional intelligence sets top performers apart. Research has said that 95% of people who perform high performance, captains of industry, people who actually perform really very well, 95% of them have high emotional quotient. When you see successful people who run into long-term, stuff, 95% of them have very high emotional quotient. But what is emotional quotient and how do you get it? Now, first, let's clarify what it's not. It's not avoiding difficult conversations. I'm emotionally intelligent. I don't want to just want to stay silent. That's not emotionally intelligent. It's not brushing off what others say. They've said it. It's okay. I'll just move on. That's not it. It's not thinking you're always right. Everything I say is all right. Everything the other person says is wrong. No, that's not it. It's not wearing a mask to work. No, that's not it. It is not reacting without thinking. No, that's not it. It's not caring about just profits. It is not jumping to conclusions. It is not ignoring how you feel. That's not it. Martyrdom is not emotional intelligence. Here is what it is really about. Number one, knowing yourself well. Number two, being a calming presence. Number three, having empathy for yourself and for others. Number four, building a culture of respect. Number five, keeping your emotions in check. Number six, handling disagreements smoothly. Number seven, making it easy for people to speak up. Number eight, being happy for others when they do well. If you want to be a top performer at work on your emotional intelligence. It helps you helps you lead better, it helps you become a stronger team. And you need to elevate your EQ. One thing that I have learned about parenting is that your first job is not to parent. Your first job is actually to grow. If you're not growing, you're not parenting effectively. I say that again. If you're not growing, you're not parenting effectively. Because your parenting is directly your success on a parent as a parent is directly proportional to how you grow. Little wonder when God promised Abraham that he was going to have a son and promised him to be a father of many nations. It took 30 years. You know why? Because God needed Abraham to grow. Abraham needed to become who God has made him or who he is to actually be that person who will be the father of many nations. So it is not who you are, it is who you are becoming. It is not who you are, it is who you are becoming. The differentiating factor in the kings of Israel between King Saul, for instance, and King Solomon was emotional intelligence. Solomon left what he was pursuing and started to pursue David. That way, he lost his crown because he didn't have the emotional intelligence to be able to put a lot of things in perspective. See, the truth is, when you're not trained, you fail. The difference between Vashti and Esther was training. Somebody was there training Esther to the end. Vashti didn't have anybody who could actually tell her how to train. Vashti did nothing wrong. She was not a wicked queen. She just didn't have the right counsel that would get her to the place where she needed to get to. Solomon wasn't just trained. David was trained. God, in fact, sent David to go and be trained in the house of King Saul. That was the differentiating factor between King Saul and King David. Are you putting yourself up to be trained? Or are you just winging it? You're a yarder. We don't wing it in the yard. One very key aspect of your life that you must deal with is becoming emotionally intelligent. And that's why I'm excited about February. And I know that you are. Yes, I love it in here. And I'm sure that you also do. If you have gone through the inner circle, you don't know where to begin, you're just starting this February 1st, please start where you are. Trust me, you would arrive at your destination. Don't go sitting down and saying how you're overwhelmed about everything that is happening to you. No, start today. Today is still a good thing. Today is still an amazing day to start your journey. I am always rooting for you. I am always here to encourage you, and I'm always here to push you. My name is Wendy Ologe. Inner circle parents call me the VC, and I love it in here. And by the way, did I tell you that I am excited because I'm just counting down? It is barely 40 days to my 40th birthday. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. You don't want to know how excited I am. The other day I was talking and I said, it's just a few days to my 40th birthday. Somebody looked at me. Why are you so excited? I'm sure you know that I'm excited. The last decade has been amazing, not without trials. That is why I have written my book that is about to be launched on that very day. It is called The Kingmaker Wendy Ologe. My message, my methods, and my miracles. I've been able to chronicle the last 10 years in a book that will change lives. I look forward to actually being able to deliver this to the world. It is about the transformative journey of Africa's foremost coach. How did I get here? How did it happen? I look forward to sharing my journey with you. And this is me saying that February is already exciting. You can see me dancing. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you're as excited as I am, people say they don't, my energy is highest at a particular month. Which month do you think my energy is highest in? Any March? Nah, none. Even in December, we're this excited. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you right in the yard. Do you know what your emotional capacity is as a parent? My name is Wendy Ologa, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. In the next 5 days, I'm going to be showing you how to identify where you are as a parent when it comes to what I call your emotional thermostat. Yes, starting from the February 3rd to the 8th, I'm going to give you access to my well crafted 5-day challenge to test this thing for you. Now, this is only available to parents who have already registered for the Becoming an Emotionally Intelligent Parent course. You want to register now. See you in there.